Okay, good evening, guys. So yesterday we stopped at mouse events, right? And I was trying to explain the mouse events, ranging from when you move your mouse down to when you click it. So I said when you click on your mouse, it fires three basic events: the mouse down, the mouse up, and the click. Then when you double click, it fires the mouse down, mouse up, click. That's the first one. And it repeats itself again, does mouse down, mouse up, and another click before the double click is being initiated. Okay. Now, also, I said when you move your mouse around, different direction of panning has its attributed events, right? And I made reference to one of the GitHub projects I did on my repository. Yeah, I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you.
me?
I can hear you.
I'm sorry. Are you showing your screen or not?
Okay, you can't see my screen correctly.
I can't see it at all. I don't know. Am I the only one having the same problem, or everyone can see your screen?
Okay, I think I was doing that before. Now, can you see it?
Yes, I can see it now. I can see it now. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for drawing my attention.
I
I'm
can
gonna
see it.
fix it. Okay, so I'm trying to explain some uh the motion you take with your mouse with different direction or panning it, and the various attributes that comes with it. So I explained the mouse over. I explained what fires. Like, okay, the mouse over fires when the mouse cursor is outside of the element, then moves into the boundary of the targeted element. Okay, I would explain it theoretically, then we'll go over to our code and we'll see how it happens. Now, the second thing is the mouse out. Now, this mouse out event is fired when the mouse cursor is over from, okay, moves from the targeted element out of that element. Okay, so first of all, the cursor has to be on that element. Then once it goes out, that is mouse out. And if you can remember our hover in CSS, right? Now, what hover does is once you move your mouse cursor over that particular element, it carries out the CSS effect you want it to have. Okay. Now we have mouse enter and we have mouse leave, right? Now, mouse enter fires when the cursor from outside enters the target element. Okay, enters the boundary of the target element. That is what mouse enter. That is when mouse enter fires. The same thing as mouse leave when it's from the when it's from. Okay, let me admit someone. Okay, nice. So mouse leave fires when the mouse cursor moves from that particular element or the targeted element outside of it. So if you notice, mouse over is almost the same thing as mouse leave. Sorry, mouse enter. Then mouse out is almost something as mouse leave, right? So let us try it out right now and see if they are the same or if they are different. Okay, so what we'll do is I'm going to create multiple buttons now, and I would attribute them with the mouse movement I wish to reproduce. So this one I would have somehow okay, what's this? The first one is mouse over. So I would have mouse over. Let me duplicate another one. I'll still change the IDs. I would have mouse out. Next one, I would have mouse leave. And another one, I would have mouse enter. Okay. So I would also love to change this because like I taught us, ID, you're meant to have a unique ID per HTML page that is linked to your file. Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, nice. Also, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 input tags where the type is set to button. That is why you're seeing this. Now I have the various IDs here. So who can tell me how to select not using query selector, but if I want to select an ID, how do I go about it? Anyone?
Get element can that work
Yeah, get element by what?
by ID?
Okay, nice. Get element by ID. And what's the ID? Mouse over, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, to avoid having some typographical error, you could do copy and paste, or I don't know. If you know, remember how you typed it, you could still reuse it. So next one is mouse out button. Then just the same thing. Document dot get element by ID. So to confirm, so I don't get to make mistake also. Okay. Then so I'll just duplicate it because yeah. So this other one is mouse leave.
Sorry,
While
Karima is asking to be let in.
okay, just give me a second. Let me get down to that.
I judge. Karima is asking to be let in.
Yeah, I've not seen her requests.
Roman, I guess you read the messages wrong. She said she was waiting on Google Meeting, not um
On Google.
Zoom rather. Yeah, Google Meet. Yeah, but she's zoning back. She's coming to Zoom.
Okay, no problem. I will let her in once. It would show a notification once she's in the Zoom. Okay, so we've picked all our buttons currently. We've picked up all of them. So all we need to do now is to add the respective function attributed to it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now, okay. Karima, good evening and welcome. Okay, so let's get on to business. What I would want to do, I would first of all want to build a function, a simple function, right? Now the mention action, right? And I would have, instead of passing a value, I'll call it mouse action. Yeah, my bad. Sorry. If I can type. Yeah, mouse action. So yeah. So this function, what it's going to do is just very simple. It will console.log mouse action. Okay. So now I want to attach an event listener to 1, 2, 3, 4, so that once that happens, I want to immediately console.log the particular action that is being activated. Okay. So we're starting off with the first one. So say mouse over btn dot add event listener. Now the first argument you are given to this would be the name of the event. So using Visual Studio Code, which is a smart ID by the way, yeah, you get to select the kind of event you want, right? So you get to select the kind of event you want. You have mouse down, mouse enter, mouse leave, mouse move, mouse out, mouse over, and mouse up. So currently we want mouse over, right? So you can type it out or you could select it there. Now we want to pass the function we already declared from line 8 up until line 9, right? Which is mention action. Now I'm passing, I'll just pass mouse over to it, right? Fingers crossed. Let's try this out first of all. Then if there is an error, we will debug it together and yeah, we'll continue. So I opened my code. Let me refresh a bit. Okay. For some reason, it's already popping it out for us. Nice. So first of all, that means now the problem there is that I declared this function, right? I declared this function and I'm meant to pass it to a variable name. assign it to a variable name, so that once I call the variable name, the function gets to be run. Because currently I'm giving this mouse btn an event listener, and I'm also calling this function at the same time. So we have to save this in a variable for us to start off with. Okay.